End up. Definition. To come to be in a particular situation without planning it. Example number 1. We ended up getting lost on our way to the mountains. Meaning, we accidentally got lost on our way to the mountains. Example number 2. Raymond ended up getting a promotion when his boss retired. Meaning, his company offered him a promotion after his boss left the company.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I never thought I'd end up living in a big city, but here I am.
Life has a funny way of leading us down unexpected paths.
Yeah, I guess you never know where you'll end up.
As long as you're happy with where you end up, that's all that matters.
Figure out. Definition. To think about something until you understand it. Example number 1. I couldn't figure out the answer to the question. Meaning, I kept thinking about it and trying to get the correct answer, but I couldn't think of it. Example number 2. You have to figure out how to put the cabinet together. Meaning, you have to work on it until you know how to put it together.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I've been trying to figure out how to use this new software, but it's pretty complicated.
Don't worry. I'm sure with some time and practice, you'll figure it out.
I hope so. It's frustrating not being able to figure it out right away.
Yeah, learning something new can be challenging, but I know you'll figure it out eventually.
Feel up to. Definition. To feel capable or well enough to do something. Example number 1. Jane doesn't feel up to coming to the party. Meaning, she doesn't feel well enough to come to the party. Example number 2. Do you feel up to running the marathon next week? Meaning, do you feel that you're capable of running the marathon?
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
Are you feeling up to going out for dinner tonight?
I'm not sure. I'm feeling a bit tired after work.
No worries, we can always order in if you're not up to it.
That sounds like a plan. Let's stay in and relax tonight.
Fill in for. Definition. To do someone's work for them. Example number 1. Kevin filled in for me while I was out sick. Meaning, he did my work for me when I was out sick. Example number 2. When the dancer broke her leg, her understudy had to fill in for her. Meaning, when she broke her leg, her understudy took her place in the show.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I heard Sarah is sick and won't be able to make it to the meeting. Can you fill in for her?
Sure, I'd be happy to fill in for her. Do you know what her responsibilities were?
She was going to present the quarterly sales report, but I can send you the slides she prepared.
Thanks. I'll make sure to review them thoroughly before the meeting.
Finish up. Definition. To complete a task. Example number 1. The teacher told the students to finish up the project. Meaning, she told the students to complete their work on the project. Example number 2. When they finished up the renovation, they had to clean the entire place. Meaning, when they completed the renovation, they had to clean the whole place.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I just need to finish up this report, and then I'll be ready for the presentation.
Take your time, but let me know if you need any help finishing up.
Thanks, I'll let you know if I get stuck. I just have a few more sections to finish up.
No problem. I'm here to help. We'll make sure to finish up before the deadline.
Go on. Definition. To happen or take place. Example number 1. What's going on here? Meaning, what's happening here? Example number 2. The teacher saw all the students huddled around one girl in the playground, and he asked, "What's going on here?" Meaning, he wanted to know what was happening there.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I just received a notification about a sudden meeting. Do you know what's going on?
I'm not sure, but let's go on and find out.
Good idea. Let's go on and see what's happening in the conference room.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see what's going on too.
Get in. Definition. To arrive. Example number 1. Did you get in early last night? Meaning, did you arrive at home early last night? Example number 2. What time did you get in from work on Monday? Meaning, what time did you arrive home from work on Monday?
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I just got a text from Tom. He said he's about to get in.
Great. We've been waiting for him. Let's go and meet him at the entrance.
Sounds good. I wonder what time he'll actually get in.
Knowing Tom, he'll probably get in right on time.
Find out. Definition. To discover or obtain information. Example number 1. Did you find out what time the flight arrives? Meaning, did you get the information on the time the flight arrives? Example number 2. Can you find out when the show opens? Meaning, can you get the information about the opening of the show?
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I heard there's a new restaurant in town. Let's go and find out what it's like.
That sounds like a plan. I've been curious to find out what kind of cuisine they offer.
Let's make a reservation and find out if it lives up to the hype.
Agreed. I can't wait to find out if it's worth all the buzz.
Freak out. Definition. To become suddenly upset, angry, or extremely surprised about something. Example number 1. Mary freaked out when she saw a snake in her backyard. Meaning, she got very upset when she saw the snake in her backyard. Example number 2. Adam freaked out when he found out that he failed his exam. Meaning, he got very upset when he got the news that he failed the exam.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I just found out that I lost my wallet with all my cards and cash inside. I'm starting to freak out.
Oh no, that's terrible. Let's retrace your steps and see if we can find it.
But what if someone stole it? I have all my IDs in there.
Let's not freak out just yet. We'll report it to the authorities and cancel your cards.
Get into. Definition. To negatively affect someone's behavior. To affect, influence, or take control of someone. Example number 1. I don't know what got into him. Meaning, I don't know what's making him behave that way. Example number 2. Lately, Sally's been saying that she has given up on life. I don't know what's gotten into her. Meaning, I don't understand what's affecting her thoughts and making her talk this way.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
Ever since he started hanging out with those troublemakers, he's been getting into a lot of fights.
It's concerning how easily he's been getting into trouble lately.
I think he needs to find some better friends who won't get him into trouble.
Agreed, we should talk to him and try to help him get into a better crowd.
Get off someone's back. Definition: to make someone stop annoying or bothering someone. Example number 1. I told my supervisor to get off my back because I was working as fast as I could. Meaning, I told him to stop trying to rush me because I was working as quickly as I could. Example number 2. Bob told his wife to get off his back about mowing the lawn because he was too busy to do it. Meaning, he told his wife to stop annoying him about mowing the lawn because he didn't have time to do it.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
My little brother keeps teasing me while I'm trying to study. I wish someone would get him off my back.
I'll talk to him and try to get him off your back so you can focus.
Thanks, it's really distracting having him constantly bothering me.
No problem. I'll make sure he gives you some space to study.
Give in. Definition: to surrender or yield. Example number 1. The army gave in to the enemy when they lost too many soldiers to be able to fight the war. Meaning, the army surrendered when they realized there was no way they could win the war. Example number 2. I wanted to see a movie, but all of my friends wanted to go bowling, so I just gave in and went with them. Meaning, I yielded to their wishes and did the activity they wanted to do.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I've been on a strict diet, but I couldn't resist the temptation of that delicious cake. I finally gave in and had a slice.
Don't worry. Everyone has moments where they give in to cravings. Just get back on track tomorrow.
I know, but I feel like I've let myself down.
It's just a minor setback. Remember to forgive yourself and keep moving forward.
Gang up on. Definition: to join or work with others against someone. Example number 1. The boys in the playground ganged up on the new student and started a fight with him. Meaning, the boys joined together and started a fight with the new student. Example number 2. My colleagues didn't believe in my perspective on the project, and they all ganged up on me at the meeting. Meaning, they all joined together to show their disapproval of my idea.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I can't believe they all ganged up on me during the meeting, constantly criticizing my ideas.
That sounds frustrating. It's unfair for everyone to gang up on you like that.
I felt really outnumbered and couldn't defend myself properly.
Next time, let's make sure to address any issues privately before they gang up on anyone again.
Go into. Definition: to explain or discuss something in detail. Example number 1. I don't need you to go into a long explanation about what happened. Meaning, I don't need you to explain in detail what occurred. Example number 2. Whenever I ask you a simple question, you always go into a long story about the topic. Meaning, when I ask you something simple, you always discuss many details about the subject and make it complicated.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
During the presentation, I want to go into the specifics of our marketing strategy for the upcoming campaign.
That sounds like a good plan. We need to make sure everyone understands the details.
Exactly. I'll go into the budget breakdown and target audience demographics as well.
Great. That will provide a comprehensive understanding of our strategy.
Get on with. Definition. To continue or advance, often after an interruption. Example number 1. After the fire drill, the teacher got on with her lesson. Meaning, when the fire drill was over, the teacher resumed her lesson. Example number 2. We stopped the seminar for a lunch break, then we got on with the presentation. Meaning, we continued the seminar after our lunch break.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
We've spent too much time discussing this minor issue.
You're right, Emily. How about we get on with the main agenda now?
That sounds like a plan, Mike. Let's focus on the upcoming project.
Agreed. We need to finalize our strategy today.
Give up. Definition. To stop doing, having, or working on something. Example number 1. We gave up on the project because it didn't seem to be worth the effort. Meaning, we stopped working on the project because it wasn't worthwhile. Example number 2. I gave up trying to convince Vincent to stop smoking because no matter what I said, he just kept smoking. Meaning, I stopped trying to convince Vincent to stop smoking because it was a waste of time and I knew he wouldn't stop.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I've been trying to fix this old computer for hours, but I think I'm ready to give up.
Don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes it's okay to give up and seek help from a professional.
I just feel so frustrated. I thought I could figure it out on my own.
It's understandable, but knowing when to give up and ask for assistance is a sign of maturity.
Go off. Definition. To leave, often suddenly. Example number 1. After our argument, Jay went off and slammed the door behind him. Meaning, he left suddenly. Example number 2. The boy's mother told him not to go off on his own while he was hiking with the group. Meaning, she told him not to leave the group when they were hiking in the forest.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
Did you see how Jake decided to just go off in the middle of our game last night?
Yeah, he just stood up, said he was tired, and left. It was so sudden.
I was surprised. Usually he stays till the end, no matter how late it gets.
Me too. But he looked really stressed. Maybe he needed some alone time.
Foul up. Definition. To make a mistake or spoil something. Example number 1. Mike fouled up on the project and his boss fired him. Meaning, he made a big mistake while working on the project and he got fired. Example number 2. When Nancy fouls up, she always apologizes sincerely. Meaning, whenever she makes a mistake, she always apologizes.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I can't believe I managed to foul up the presentation dates.
What happened?
I got the dates mixed up and scheduled it for next week instead of this week.
That's a serious foul up. Do you think you can reschedule it for the correct date?
Fix up. Definition. To arrange for 2 people to meet, usually for a date. Example number 1. I fixed Nancy up with Fred and they've been dating for 2 years. Meaning, I arranged for them to meet and go on a date and they're happy and still dating each other. Example number 2. My friend wants to fix me up with her neighbor. Meaning, she wants to introduce me to her neighbor so we can go out on a date.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I've been thinking of fixing you up with my cousin. You both have so much in common.
Really? I'm intrigued. What's your cousin like?
She's really into hiking, photography, and is a huge foodie, just like you. I think you two would hit it off.
That sounds great. I'd love to meet her. Thanks for thinking of fixing us up.
Grow up. Definition: to stop acting immaturely. Example number 1. I'm tired of John's childish behavior and I told him to grow up. Meaning, I told him to stop acting immaturely. Example number 2. Even though Jenny is 50 years old, I don't think she'll ever grow up. Meaning, I don't think she'll ever behave maturely.
Let's look at an example of an everyday conversation.
I can't believe you pranked the teacher again. It's not funny anymore.
Come on, it was just a joke. Everyone laughed.
You need to grow up and start taking things more seriously. We're not kids anymore.
Maybe you're right. I should think about how my actions affect others.
To come to be in a particular situation without planning it. End up. To think about something until you understand it. Figure out. To feel capable or well enough to do something. Feel up to. To do someone's work for them. Fill in for. To complete a task. Finish up. To happen or take place. Go on. To arrive. Get in. To discover or obtain information. Find out. To become suddenly upset, angry, or extremely surprised about something. Freak out. To negatively affect someone's behavior. To affect, influence, or take control of someone. Get into. To make someone stop annoying or bothering someone. Get off someone's back. To surrender or yield. Give in. To join or work with others against someone. Gang up on. To explain or discuss something in detail. Go into. To continue or advance, often after an interruption. Get on with. To stop doing, having, or working on something. Give up. To leave, often suddenly. Go off. To make a mistake or spoil something. Foul up. To arrange for two people to meet, usually for a date. Fix up. To stop acting immaturely. Grow up.
Did you find our exploration of English idioms insightful? Kindly like, subscribe, and activate notifications for more enlightening content. Thank you for watching.